Hydration has long been synonymous with simply drinking water. For decades, the prevailing wisdom was that staying hydrated meant meeting the often-cited 8 glasses a day rule with plain, filtered water. But today, hydration is no longer that simple. The market is flooded with alternative hydration solutions, electrolyte drinks, coconut water, flavored waters, and hydration powders that claim to offer more efficient rehydration, better mineral balance, and even performance enhancement. But is this evolution in hydration just a marketing gimmick? Or does science back it up? The trend towards sophisticated hydration is rooted in a deeper understanding of what our bodies actually need to maintain optimal fluid balance. Water alone doesn't replace the electrolytes lost through sweat, especially during prolonged exercise, illness, or high heat exposure. Electrolytes, primarily sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and chloride, are essential for nerve signaling, muscle contractions, and maintaining fluid equilibrium inside and outside cells. A deficiency in these minerals can result in cramping, fatigue, dizziness, and even irregular heartbeat. This is where electrolyte drinks come into play. Initially popularized by athletes and endurance trainers, products like Gatorade, Powerade, and newer sugar-free options claim to quickly restore lost minerals and help the body retain water more effectively than plain H2O. Research supports this under specific conditions, during prolonged or high-intensity physical activity, especially in hot climates. Electrolyte drinks can improve performance and delay fatigue. However, the everyday consumer sipping a neon-colored sports drink while sitting at a desk may not receive the same benefits, and might even be consuming excessive sugars and sodium unnecessarily. That said, the modern electrolyte market has diversified. We now see low-calorie, low-sugar alternatives like Liquid IV, Elementi, and Noon, which are designed to rehydrate more efficiently without the sugar rush. Many of these newer hydration supplements rely on the principles of oral rehydration solutions, ORS, a formulation first developed by the World Health Organization to combat dehydration from diarrhea. ORS uses the right balance of salts and glucose to promote water absorption through the gut more efficiently than water alone. These scientific principles have made their way into consumer products, rebranded with attractive packaging and often paired with trendy ingredients like adaptogens, vitamins, and natural flavors. Another rising star in the hydration conversation is coconut water. Marketed as nature's sports drink, coconut water contains naturally occurring electrolytes, especially potassium, and boasts lower sugar content than many commercial sports drinks. While it does provide moderate hydration support, its potassium content often outweighs its sodium levels, which can make it suboptimal for post-exercise replenishment where sodium loss is higher. However, for light hydration needs and a natural alternative to processed drinks, coconut water offers a decent option. The science suggests it's better than water in some exercise scenarios, but not superior to well-formulated electrolyte beverages. The increasing popularity of hydration powders and tablets, portable sachets you mix with water, also reflects the growing consumer awareness around hydration needs. These products promise science-backed ratios of electrolytes without unnecessary additives and often cater to niche groups like ketogenic dieters, who lose more electrolytes due to lower insulin levels and glycogen storage. Some of these powders, like Drip Drop or Hydrate, are also medically formulated to assist in dehydration from illness, travel, or heat exhaustion. Still, the key question remains, does the average person actually need all this? For sedentary individuals or those with typical fluid loss, plain water and a balanced diet usually suffice. But as lifestyles change and heat waves, workouts, or intermittent fasting become more common, many find themselves unintentionally dehydrated. Symptoms like dry mouth, brain fog, muscle cramps, and headaches often have subtle roots in inadequate hydration. In these cases, electrolyte-enhanced solutions might be more than just hype. They could be a useful health tool. However, awareness and moderation are crucial. Not all electrolyte drinks are created equal, and some contain more sugar than a can of soda. It's important to read labels, understand your personal hydration needs, and avoid treating these drinks as one-size-fits-all. Just because it's marketed as a hydration solution doesn't mean it's universally beneficial. In the evolving conversation about hydration, science and marketing often walk hand in hand. But when backed by evidence and used appropriately, the rise of hydration products might signal not just a trend, but a shift toward more personalized, science-based self-care. As hydration science evolves, so does the public's understanding of how different situations demand different hydration strategies. It's no longer enough to say, drink when you're thirsty, because thirst is a lagging indicator. It only kicks in when dehydration is already setting in. This is particularly important for athletes, older adults, and those living in extreme climates, where maintaining hydration proactively is essential. Hydration powders and electrolyte tablets are now being marketed not just to high-performance athletes, but to anyone seeking cognitive clarity, reduced fatigue, and even better skin. Brands use phrases like cellular hydration or hydration multiplier to convey enhanced benefits. But are these claims grounded in scientific reality? To answer that, we have to explore how fluid and electrolytes are absorbed. The small intestine uses a process called cotransport, where sodium and glucose work together to draw water into the bloodstream. This mechanism is the cornerstone of effective oral rehydration therapy and is precisely what many powders replicate. Products that stick closely to this model can indeed hydrate the body more efficiently than water alone, particularly during dehydration episodes caused by illness, heat, or exercise. However, formulations that deviate significantly from optimal sodium to glucose ratios or include excessive additives may not provide the same benefits. While powders like Liquid IV and Drip Drop lean on WHO-style formulations, others focus more on flavor and branding than true efficacy. It's also worth noting that hydration is not just about fluid intake, it's about retention. Drinking plain water in large amounts can sometimes lead to what's called flushing, where you urinate frequently and fail to retain the water you consume. This can actually lead to a loss of electrolytes and worsen dehydration. This is where sodium-containing beverages or powders play an essential role. They help the body hold onto fluids more effectively. But there's a fine balance. Excess sodium, particularly from commercial sports drinks, can contribute to hypertension and bloating if consumed indiscriminately. This has led many to look for alternative natural options like watermelon juice, lemon water with sea salt, or even homemade rehydration solutions that combine citrus, a pinch of salt, and a small amount of sugar or honey. These DIY options can be surprisingly effective when made correctly. Another dimension to this hydration evolution is the integration of functional ingredients into hydration products. You'll often see additions like B vitamins for energy, magnesium for muscle relaxation, or adaptogens like ashwagandha for stress support. While these added elements may offer marginal benefits, the supporting science varies in quality and strength. For example, magnesium and potassium are crucial electrolytes that do support hydration, but many powders add only trace amounts for label appeal. Consumers should remain discerning and not conflate every added nutrient with a meaningful benefit. One area where the science is particularly interesting is cognitive hydration. Research has shown that even mild dehydration, just a 1 to 2% decrease in body weight from fluid loss, can impair mood, memory, and attention. This is especially relevant for office workers, students, and gamers, who may not perceive their dehydration while sitting for long hours indoors. Hydration powders marketed for mental clarity often tout ingredients like L-theanine, green tea extract, or caffeine, but the foundational benefit comes from replenishing electrolytes and water, not necessarily from these nootropic extras. The mental fog many people experience in the afternoon may be as much about hydration as it is about blood sugar or sleep quality. As more people seek performance in non-athletic contexts, at work, during long drives, or on flights, hydration is being reframed as a productivity and wellness tool. This shift in perception has created demand for portable, easy-to-use hydration aids. Powders and tablets fit this niche perfectly. They're lightweight, travel-friendly, and can turn a bottle of water into a targeted rehydration drink. But again, efficacy depends on ingredients. Products with a good balance of sodium, potassium, and a modest amount of glucose are the most effective. Ones that rely heavily on artificial sweeteners, flavorings, or trendy ingredients often overpromise and underdeliver. Consumers who are well-informed can navigate this new hydration landscape wisely. Ultimately, the popularity of these products speaks to a broader trend. People are more proactive about their health and are looking for customizable solutions. Hydration is no longer reactive. It's becoming an intentional daily ritual, much like taking vitamins or tracking sleep. Whether this is necessary for everyone is debatable, but for many, it represents an upgraded approach to self-care that blends science, convenience, and lifestyle. The shift toward enhanced hydration is also being driven by environmental and lifestyle changes. As global temperatures rise, people are sweating more and losing vital minerals faster, even during everyday activities. Urban living, exposure to air conditioning or heating systems, and consumption of dehydrating substances like caffeine and alcohol all contribute to mild but chronic dehydration. In this context, hydration aids are not just for athletes or sick patients. They're marketed to the average office worker, fitness enthusiast, or traveler. The convenience of a hydration powder you can stir into your water bottle during a Zoom call or carry in your bag on a flight is appealing. And with the rise of intermittent fasting, ketogenic diets, and other health trends that alter fluid and mineral balance, the need for electrolyte-conscious hydration is even greater. Fasting, for example, leads to reduced insulin levels, which lowers sodium retention. Ketogenic diets also flush out more water and electrolytes because glycogen, the stored form of glucose, holds water in the body. As glycogen depletes, so does the body's ability to retain fluids. This makes hydration powders with sodium, potassium, and magnesium a necessity for many adherents of these diets. Brands have capitalized on this by tailoring electrolyte blends specifically for low-carb or fasting lifestyles. These formulas typically omit sugar and include higher levels of sodium and magnesium to counter the effects of carb restriction. While the science backs this need, it doesn't mean everyone should load up on these supplements. Oversupplementation can lead to nausea, diarrhea, or imbalances that strain the kidneys. As with any health product, personalization matters. Another group increasingly turning to modern hydration strategies is the elderly. As we age, the body's thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive, meaning older adults often don't feel thirsty until they're already dehydrated. This can contribute to cognitive decline, falls, urinary tract infections, and slower healing. While many hydration powders are designed for athletes, some newer products are marketed specifically for seniors, offering gentle flavors, lower sodium, and added vitamins like B12 and D. This reflects a growing awareness that hydration is not one-size-fits-all. A child, a pregnant woman, a marathon runner, and a retiree all have different hydration needs. Yet the traditional just drink water approach doesn't account for that diversity. It's also important to consider the bioavailability of nutrients in these drinks. Some minerals, like magnesium, come in forms that are better absorbed by the body, such as magnesium citrate or glycinate. Cheap electrolyte drinks often contain low-grade mineral salts that aren't easily utilized by the body. Reading ingredient labels becomes crucial, not just to avoid sugar and artificial additives, but to ensure the nutrients included actually do what they're supposed to. At the same time, the cultural aspect of hydration is evolving. It's no longer about chugging water mindlessly throughout the day. People are treating hydration as a ritual, adding lemon slices, pouring powdered packets into reusable bottles, sharing morning electrolyte routines on social media. It's now common to see influencers recommend their favorite electrolyte brands, or health experts discuss the hydration stack they use in the morning before coffee. This performative aspect can be helpful in raising awareness, but it also blurs the line between necessity and trend. For some, hydration powders are now as integral to their routine as their morning coffee or afternoon protein shake. The commercial success of these products reflects this shift. The global hydration supplement market is booming, with projections reaching several $billion in the coming years. Startups are joining legacy sports drink brands in the race to dominate the hydration space, offering everything from high-end effervescent tablets to organic, vegan-friendly, sugar-free hydration sachets. The competition has led to innovation, but also to confusion among consumers bombarded with conflicting claims. This makes it even more important to ground one's hydration choices in personal needs and reliable science, rather than marketing hype or influencer endorsements. Still, there's something undeniably empowering about taking control of your hydration, especially in a world where stress, environmental challenges, and dietary experimentation can all influence how your body manages water. For some, it's a small but meaningful upgrade in their health routine, a way to feel sharper, more energized, and more in tune with their body. Whether it's through natural coconut water, science-backed powders, or a simple mix of lemon, salt, and honey, modern hydration is about options. And options, when used wisely, can be powerful. Despite the benefits and innovation surrounding modern hydration products, it's essential to return to the foundation. Hydration is still, at its core, about balance. Water remains the most vital nutrient for the human body, essential for digestion, temperature regulation, cellular function, and toxin removal. No powder or drink can replace the fundamental role of water itself. What these modern solutions aim to do is enhance water's effectiveness under specific conditions. The trouble arises when marketing pushes consumers to believe they need high-performance hydration formulas for basic daily living. A person with a sedentary lifestyle who eats a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables, which contain their own water and electrolytes, is unlikely to need daily supplementation. Yet the wellness industry thrives on perceived deficiencies, and hydration has become the latest frontier in this pursuit. What's more, the trend is becoming increasingly aesthetic. Hydration drinks now come in pastel canisters, with words like glow, radiate, and thrive printed in elegant fonts. Some claim to improve skin elasticity, energy, and even sleep. This blending of beauty and hydration has pulled more people, especially young women, into the world of flavored waters and powders. And while hydration does indeed affect skin health, brain function, and energy levels, it's easy to be seduced by beauty promises rather than physiological needs. The real question should always be, what does my body actually require, and am I already meeting those needs through food and regular water? For instance, people who consume diets high in processed foods often get more sodium than they need and may not benefit from high-sodium electrolyte drinks. Meanwhile, others with low-sodium diets or excessive fluid loss, due to heat, diarrhea, menstruation, or intense exercise, might find a smart hydration strategy improves everything from energy to digestion. Personalization is key. Not everyone needs to follow the same hydration ritual. Some may thrive on a morning mix of lemon, sea salt, and water. Others may need a mid-workout electrolyte boost. Some benefit from coconut water post-yoga, while others find simple filtered water meets their needs. The smartest approach is to listen to your body's signals. Dry mouth, dark urine, fatigue, or fogginess are all signs you might need to hydrate differently. For some, blood tests and professional advice can provide a deeper look at mineral status, especially if they're experiencing chronic symptoms. Technology is beginning to enter this space too. Smart water bottles, wearable hydration monitors, and apps that track water intake and electrolyte loss are gaining traction. These tools promise more accurate and personalized hydration management, although they're still in the early stages of adoption and can be pricey. They also assume users are consistent and data-driven, which doesn't suit everyone. Still, it signals a future where hydration could be optimized in real time, tailored to your sweat rate, diet, climate, and activity level. Until that future becomes mainstream, the takeaway is simpler. Hydration isn't just about drinking water anymore, but neither is it about chasing trends. It's about finding your own rhythm, knowing when water is enough and when your body may need more. Hydration powders, coconut water, and electrolyte drinks are not miracle cures, but they can be strategic tools in your wellness toolkit. They shine in the right context, after intense exercise, on a hot day, during illness, or while traveling. Used mindfully, they can enhance performance, focus, and recovery. Used blindly, they can lead to unnecessary intake of sugar, sodium, or synthetic additives. As with most health habits, knowledge is the deciding factor between benefit and waste. So the next time you reach for a hydration packet or crack open a fancy electrolyte drink, consider the context. Are you replenishing what's been lost, or are you simply responding to a marketing message? Staying hydrated is vital, but staying informed is just as important. The hydration landscape is richer and more nuanced than ever. And while water still reigns supreme, it now shares the stage with a variety of intelligent, science-inspired companions. Whether you choose to use them occasionally or make them part of your daily routine, the key is intention. Because when hydration becomes intentional, it transforms from a passive habit into a powerful act of self-care.